L3660, a helping hand with your land.
Neil from Essex here, out to do my favorite kind of video, a new product launch video. We're gonna go today over the L3560 limited edition and tell you exactly what makes this tractor limited. A lot of times in the car world, limited edition means that you're getting something more. It's usually used for the high trim models, but in the case of this tractor, it's actually the opposite. The limited edition version of this tractor is a cheaper version than the regular L3560 variant that we've been selling for many years. This comes in at a list price of $2,500 less expensive than the regular L3560, and there's a handful of reasons for that. Kubota has gone around this tractor and removed a couple of features from it in order to lower its price point and bring it in at a more competitive place. So I'm going to take you around here and show you the couple of places, the handful of places that $2,500 came from. So there are a handful of small changes between these tractors here that made up that $2,500. Sitting here beside the 3560 is an L6060. In this family, you're going to find the features, the function, the look of all of these machines is exactly the same. The 6060 has a Category 2 rear end, 60 horsepower, and a little bit longer chassis, but the build of all of these things and the features that I'm going to point out to you are exactly the same on every one of these model tractors. So quite obviously, standing here, you can notice the 6060, the full featured deluxe version of the tractor, has got mirrors on it. The 3560 Limited does not. Fitted to the roof of most every cab tractor, you're normally going to find some work lights up here at the top for working at night, clearing snow and those kinds of things. Standard equipment on all the deluxe tractors, but on the limited edition, they have been removed. These tractors both share the same HST Plus transmission. No changes have been made there, which is a little surprising. The HST Plus is a very, very deluxe hydrostatic transmission, and Kubota has had some cheaper versions, mechanically controlled ones in this series in the past, but they kept that deluxe tractor or deluxe transmission in this tractor. The one thing that they weren't easily able to remove, though, was the cruise control feature. So when you look at the dash of the tractor, you'll notice the switch for the cruise control has been removed. On most tractors, you typically only exit from the left-hand side of the machine. That's because most of your control consoles and loader valves and those kinds of things are normally on the right-hand side. You can see the loader stick right here is really in the way if you're trying to climb out this side along with the hydrostatic pedal. On the deluxe tractors, though, everything is there. If you did somehow want to slide through that little corner, you've got steps and grab handles and stuff to actually get out the right-hand side. On this tractor, though, those things being largely unnecessary were removed. So you'll notice on the inside of the cab where that handle would be, it's missing, and there's no step down here in order to get in the side of the tractor. The door still does open. All the nuts and everything are welded to accept those pieces, but they're missing from this machine. Lastly, on your list of removed features are two interior bits that are inside the cab. So underneath the seat on the deluxe version of these machines, there's a little sensor underneath the seat that allows you to flip it forward in order to run the PTO for stationary applications. So if you were going to run, say, a generator or a wood chipper, you could turn your PTO on with the seat flipped front, and there's a little sensor down here that detects that seat's position. So the limited edition tractor does not have that little sensor on it. It also lacks the 12-volt outlet right here in the back, a normal cigarette outlet plug that is on the back of all of these tractors that you can plug something into inside the cab if you wanted to. So the astute among you, if you were kind of totaling up the dollars in your head as I went through all of these features, probably would notice that the sum total of all of the things that have been removed from this tractor is far short of the $2,500 drop in price that it took. Removing all of these things simply doesn't total up to nearly that much. The reason why, if we look into, say, the business side of why this model was created, is really here to fill a gap in the product line. As you go through Kubota's tractors and you look at the price jump that happens from the V2650 cab to the smallest Grand L with a cab, there's a big gulf there in the middle. We've lacked for a number of years now things like a cab on a standard L or an MX size tractor, things that dealers have been asking for a long, long time, and Kubota hasn't brought to market yet. My read would be personally that this tractor is more of a stopgap. It's a model that's been kind of created in order to fill that hole in the product line and make sure that we have a really competitive offering in this price point that you're going to see other manufacturers' tractors falling into. So the L3560 limited edition really gives you what is a very, very deluxe tractor at its core at a very aggressive price point. So what exactly would it take if you wanted to unlimit a limited edition tractor? Okay, so this is where we're going to try to save you some money. If you go through the parts system and you look at, say, the cost of buying the parts for the mirrors and the work lights and all the little bits that are missing, you would total somewhere up in the neighborhood of about $1,000 or so. Did a little bit of work on this earlier before I came out here. The mirrors would come in a little over $200, the work lights around $250, $280 or so. The switch for the cruise control was right about 80 bucks. It's a big weather sealed rocker. Interestingly enough, the wiring harness that's running through this tractor that all of those things would connect onto is exactly the same wiring harness that's in all of the other tractors. So while I haven't actually tried this yet, my read by looking at this machine would be that you very easily could pick and choose those things that you might want on this tractor, specifically work lights. You really should have work lights on a machine like this. Buy them out of the parts department and have them installed on the tractor, because my suspicion is underneath that headliner up there, you're going to find the pigtails for the work lights. Interestingly enough, Kubota might be thinking that as well, because the switch to turn those lights on and off on the dash is actually still there, so that bit should be very easy. And the stationary PTO switch, the wiring harness for that I noticed is already right back there too. Should be really easy, right, to put right back in place again. So I think this really makes this a very interesting tractor now. The L3560 was never a very big mover for us. We found most customers opting for the 40 horse models, but by pulling down the price point of this machine and making the gap between this and the other options in the product line much more big now, I think we're going to see some more customers gravitating to this direction, because you're getting a very, very deluxe tractor. I've done, say, a 25-minute video just on the features of the transmission in this machine, and these come in with some really very capable loaders in this class of tractor as well. So it's a very, very good machine, entering a new price point here for us. If you would like to unlimit an L3560, put links down in the description of this video here to our website, where there's some stored shopping carts of exactly the parts that you need to replace, say, the mirrors or the work lights or those kinds of things. So check for those links down at the bottom. If you're out there shopping for a tractor and we can help, give us a call at Messick's. We're available at 800-222-3373 or online at messick's.com.